Today we are in Rocky Mountain National Park and we are hiking to Jewel Lake. This is a trail that I've taken many times to Sky Pond, but today we will only go halfway to Sky Pond. We will make a little turn and head up to Mills Lake and Jewel Lake. Look at this gentle grade. Hike starts off with a very gentle grade. It's very easy to go to start off. It's a pretty popular hike here. Hi there. As you can see, the hike starts out really easy. Very little elevation gain, a little bit up and down, and a nice wide hiking path for us to walk on. That will change as we get further along. The hike is about 3.5 miles, so it's going to be just about 7 miles round trip. Not too bad. It's rated as moderate, and there is some elevation gain as we go. Lots of beautiful sights along the way. Well, there's a little break. Now some of the incline starts. Again, it's not too bad. Moderate. Not strenuous. Well, it can be strenuous depending on your conditioning and high altitude conditioning. The first split in a trail, I don't think you'll be mistaken by because it angles down, so you won't be tempted to go that way. Here's our markers here. We can continue this way for Bear Lake, Alberta Falls, that's not too far. Mills Lake, 2.5 miles. That's where we want to get to. And maybe a little further. Lock Vale, that's the way up to Sky Pond. And then we can go back this way. You can go down to Glacier Basin and Sprague Lake if you want to park all the way down there. And we continue some more uphill. Key here is to keep a nice consistent pace. Try not to go beyond your conditioning, as I mentioned. I try to go fast enough to keep my heart beating pretty good because I like to use all these for some conditioning. But you may not want to do that if you're not familiar or used to doing any hiking or backpacking. And here we come to another split in the trail. And this is where we're going to turn left. This would be the way to Bear Lake and Alberta Falls. And then to the left is Mills Lake, Lockville, that's where we want to go. Nice little bridge overlook to the right as if you're going to Bear Lake. I'll show you that right now because it can be great for some photographs up here. Isn't this just beautiful? So a slight little detour, about 10 feet off of our path, but this is really beautiful. You need a polarizer because the sun's really hitting and reflecting off the light. There's no polarizer on my video camera here, so it gets the full brunt of the reflection, but with your regular camera you can put a polarizer on here and it works perfectly. Well, let's get back to the trail. Back on the path. Mills Lake is the signage for the trails that we're going to want to follow. I'm just below Alberta Falls right now. There's Glacier Creek. It's a neat stopping area. Late in the day, some won't go down there, but there's tons of pour-offs in this area. We're just barely below Alberta Falls. If you want some nice little Cascade River shots, this is a great area to get it. It's a gentle incline here, maybe max 5–6% at times. It's very easy going. And here we are. Just a few feet more. Look how beautiful this waterfall is. This makes for a great little simple hike if you just want to come up here to Alberta Falls. It's really easy to get to, as you've seen. A little bit of incline. I think it's close to a mile, but it's not bad at all. Great place to stop and rest right here. Look at those guys up there, really relaxing. So beautiful here. Great place to take a little break along the hike if you want to. Grab a little snack, make sure you're drinking a lot, make sure you hydrate a lot on these hikes. Definitely need to hydrate even if you don't think so. Alberta Falls, the trail gets noticeably thinner and rougher for a little bit here. As you can see, the trail alternates between pretty decently paved and then a little rougher paved. You need your four-wheel drive shoes in these spots here. Here we come to our next split in the road. You want to make sure you stay to the right, don't go to the left. The left does not go where you want to go. We want to stay to the right. Mills Lake is 1.1 miles and we're going to go beyond that even. But that's a good starting point to mark out at. Back to where we started is 1.7 miles. It's Glacier Gorge Trailhead, almost 2 miles, so we haven't done too bad at all so far. So beautiful back here. These views. So one thing that kind of slows you down on these hikes here in the Rocky Mountains is kind of stop once in a while to look at the views. Just like she is. She's walking out there to overlook. Drop down into the Glacier Creek. Let's keep going. Not long after that little overlook area, it starts to go downhill. So you've got a section here that's really relatively easy, like very easy. You have to go downhill a little bit and then it just kind of levels out. It's a really beautiful section. I really like this part of the trail. This is a spot along the trail that I stop a lot and take photos because I like pathway photographs. I don't know if you do, but look at how cool of a pathway shot this would make. And imagine it in the fall, all these aspen having turned gold. Ooh, what a beautiful sight this is. And now we will come to a tea. Not a tea party, although this last half mile has been so easy. It felt like a tea party. We're now 2.2 miles from the trailhead. You can see here, Loch Vale and Sky Pond to the right, 2.7 miles. Andrews Glacier 2.8, Lake Haiyaha, that one always trips me up. I should just laugh as I say it and it'd probably come out better. Where we want to go is Mills Lake and Black Lake. That direction is 0.6 miles to Mills Lake. Man, we are so close. This part of the hike is just so enjoyable. You have to sweat a bit after Alberta Falls, but just for a bit, maybe a half mile or so. You gotta do a little bit of sweating and a little bit of heavy breathing. But then it just turns into a nice relaxing hike here, at least for this section. Well, a little bit of an incline now, not too far beyond that turnoff, but not bad at all. Come to a spot, no horses beyond this point. So I guess we'll have to leave our horses behind, and we'll have to do it the hard way if you've been on a horse. I've been hearing the creek. Here it is, right next to the trail. Really pretty. And as it's flowing downward, it means we're going to have to be hiking upwards. And that's what we've been doing. Nothing too steep so far. Kind of a gentle upgrade. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this spot right up ahead. I don't know if you spotted it. Might have to stop and take some photos before we get to Mills Lake. Look at that. As a note, don't want to get distracted, we just passed up the actual trail. You see it right back there, the people walking across it. A little half bridge as they go. So beautiful here. You get confused because it looks like the trail continues on this way, but it doesn't. It just takes you a little further along the creek and gives you a little bit of access to the creek. So don't get confused. All right, let me take a few photos here real quick. Ah, man, what a beautiful stop. Well, we will now turn back and make sure nobody gets lost here. It's very easy to keep going straight from the way the trail is and to miss this half of a bridge. A lot of these trails up here, when you're up here hiking in the mountains, only have a handle on one side. So be careful. Well, actually, some of them don't have handles on any sides, and you just have to have good balance. This one at least gives it to you on one side. Beautiful view. Well, that was well worth stopping at. Right past there, as you see, we've got some steps. So it's going to incline a bit more past that. And up the steps we go. This is actually really cool for a photo. Look how great that looks. I love these kind of rocked wooden steps. Or rocky steps like this. I don't necessarily like walking up them because they seem to always be set at heights that aren't quite what I want them to be, but they're still beautiful. The trail end is going to kind of disappear a little bit. As you can see, there's no trail. Well, there is. If you look, you can kind of see where kind of scuffed out path is here. Just kind of follow this along. Looks like some glacial polish. Some rocks that are dropped off from the glaciers having come through here. See, the trail continues on right there. Real neat little area right up here. Look at that little boulder there. Whew. This is beautiful. Look at the way that's set off like that. This is a spot where you'd want to stop and take a few photos. And if you can continue on, right down here, this takes you, actually, you can look down into the gorge a little bit. You can hear it rushing down there. Just right there. And we come to another little half a bridge. A little spot where we can balance. Practice your balance here. It's pretty wide though. And then a handrail up on top and a handrail that's very low down. Not sure who's going to hold that handrail. Another beautiful photo spot right there. Okay, the trail continues on here right next to the cliff. Small little cliff. As we come out of that incline area through the forest, look at this incredible area. Whoa. I'm going to have to stop and take a photo of this. Look at how awesome that looks. The rock, the dead tree in the background, tree next to it, the peaks in the back, the clouds above it. Almost looks like a smokestack in the background. What a beautiful area to come out on. No trail markings here, but just use your kind of trail intuition and keep going up, because that's where we need to go. The incline's not too much. You can hear the creek funneling around down over there. Not gonna, well, we can maybe peek down on it. Down in there. Trail is going to be right up there. There's my little selfie. I don't really do selfies, so that's probably the most you're going to get for this video. You see from right here, probably a lot of people walk there. It looks like somebody's put a stepping stone right down there. See? We're going to step along that. Water's probably higher earlier in the season. We'll walk along that. Uh-oh. I lied, there's a second selfie. Whoa, man, look at how beautiful this is. I'm gonna keep up here. This is not the trail. I can see the trail goes to the left. This is so beautiful. Just had to walk up here. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna have to take a photo of that. Mills Lake is gonna be, oh, I can just see a bit of it right there. Straight ahead. Look at that, that's gonna be Mills Lake. Where the water starts cascading down, it kind of pools up here a little bit. See? Look at this incredible view. I'm gonna stop, take some photos here before I get into Mills Lake and maybe some areas beyond it. After walking along a little bit more of this rock shelf, we come to Mills Lake. This is so incredibly beautiful. Look at this. Wow. 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 Look at that. A little bit of wind, so the middle of the lakes, there's no reflection because the wind's blowing. But as in a lot of cases, you get closer to the edges or these little coves, the water calms down a little bit. Look at how beautiful this looks. There's some other people out there. I'm gonna have to take some photos here before I continue walking along the edge of Mills Lake. This is well worth coming and visiting. It's not a hard hike at all. I don't know, it took me maybe at a max an hour and a half to get up here, at a max. And that was just kind of easy going and stopping and talking and videoing along the way. About halfway along Mills Lake, come to this beautiful view here. Look at all the reflections you get here. This is so awesome. Look at that. Whoa. So amazing. We're going to continue on to the end of Mills Lake. The trail has been, I had my 24-to-120 on my regular camera as I've been photographing. But right now, 24 millimeters isn't wide enough. So I'm switching to my 16-to-35 millimeter. Because I need to go wide, wide, wide here. After that brief little stop, it was nice to change the lens on my camera, take a drink, eat a little bit of bacon jerky. And now we're continuing on. Its reflection is so cool. It's so neat to see Mills Lake just right here next to us. Oh man, that's so awesome. What a beautiful little trail this is right next to the lake. As you might guess, as soon as I stop this video, I'm going to be taking some photos. So incredible. I love how this looks right here with these peaks. And there's looking the outflow of Mills Lake. Incredible. This Mills Lake is a lot of the lakes here up in Rocky Mountain National Park are named after like jewels or gem. Well, there's Jewel Lake, there's Gem Lake, there's Emerald Lake. This one should have some kind of jewel name. Diamond Lake, I don't know. Sapphire Lake. Mills Lake is almost too plain of a name for how beautiful this is. This looks like a painting right here. Well, it's time to continue on to Jewel Lake and maybe beyond. We're going to continue on this direction. And just barely a hop, skip, and a jump away is Jewel Lake. I want to go this way. Getting too excited. There's Jewel Lake. There's lots of little pathways people have to get down to it. You can tell by the boardwalks they've set up, it can get really wet here. Wow, look at this. Ooh, another beautiful reflection. This one at the end might be a little nicer than Mills Lake because you get the sawtooth, a little bit of sawtooth that's up there. This is really beautiful. Like I say, it's 2 minutes beyond the end of Mills Lake, if that, maybe 3. This is really awesome. Beautiful reflection. Oh man, gotta take some photos here. I'm gonna go around to the very end of it there, and we'll see about ending the video there. It's a little late. I'm not sure I have time to go any further. We'll see. Here we come to the end of Jewel Lake. Off the main trail, if you just kind of keep your eye open, you'll see where people have cut a trail through here. Get the view from here. This is really fantastic, looking now the other direction. So this wide angle really comes in handy here. I like this back over here. Doesn't that look really beautiful? And you get a little wider so I don't cut off the tops of the trees. Or go a little tighter so only like half the tree is showing. This is so beautiful. I don't think we're going to get any farther in this video. I think Jewel Lake is it for it. And so we're going to call it quits now because it's 45 minutes to sunset. You can see the clouds are turning a little bit of color here. And I've got, what, almost 3 miles to get back down to the trailhead. I do have a couple of headlamps, so I'm okay. The trail is really pretty easy to follow, so it's not necessarily a big deal. And thinking about that, I may just stay here through sunset. But for the video purposes, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and share, comment and like. Please invite your friends and help this channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching.